Weekly Outdoor Plus, a new and exciting outdoor show right here on Fox 55 WFXS, every Sunday from 10:30 to 11 a.m., presented by Bucks and Bulls Archery in Stevens Point, Wisconsin, starring new owner Gary Hintz. His youngest son, the show pro, Jace Hintz. And the show producer, creator, and host, his oldest son, Seth Hintz. Now sit back and get ready to learn about archery and the world of the outdoors.
Okay, today we're going to go over a little bit of bow fishing. Here in central Wisconsin, we have some of the best bow fishing in the area with the peat and well flowage. We got Lake Dubay, McDill Pond here just opened a couple days ago, and the Wisconsin River is excellent. Here at Bucks and Bulls, we got just about everything you need. If you have an old bow, it's probably the best way to go, set up an old bow. Some people come in here and they actually buy new bows for carp shooting, the lower end, the price point bows, which is kind of a nice setup. Everything's new then. We're gonna show you a little bit of bow fishing the next couple weeks, and we'll show you how to set up bows the next couple weeks. But today I'll just go over a little bit of what we have here. The Retriever Pro, made by AMS Bow Fishing. These things are right from Stratford, Wisconsin. And we do kind of stress central Wisconsin, or Wisconsin and American-made stuff here in our store as much as we can. And then this is a zero drag, about the simplest setup you can get for reeling in your arrow. Then we have the arrows. And if you have your own arrows and your own setup now, we have replacement slides for your arrows. We have replacement heads. We have new replacement line. If you're due for a new rest, we have a rest. If you need everything new, we got everything you need. A couple different rests, a couple different retrievers. At bow fishing, it's kind of a fun deal because it's kind of like, first of all, you bow hunt for deer. Then you got the winter, you kind of we shoot leagues and stuff. And then in the spring, we go into turkeys. And about the time turkey season ends, we start shooting fish. And now in between fishing season now, we'll do some 3D tournaments and stuff. So it's kind of a year-round sport, really. It's not just deer hunting. You can stay sharp, you can stay in practice, you can be out in the outdoors where it's nice. You go out on a lake, it's nice and calm, you're shooting at fish, it's a lot of fun. And I guess in the next couple weeks, we'll have a couple bows set up and we'll show you how to shoot them. And we'll even be out on a lake a few times showing you how to shoot the fish, how to set the bow up. And actually, if you come in here and set your bow up, we actually shoot our arrows right in here. So your first shot isn't out in the dirt or in the field or out in the grass, or maybe your first shot will be at a fish and you won't even be close to where you're aiming. You can practice a little bit in here before we go out. And a bow like this, it's pretty simple to set it up. All we need is a retriever and a rest. And then you got to get an arrow and you're pretty much ready to go. A couple people will use sights, some won't. I think I like a sight just to kind of give you it doesn't be exact, but it kind of gives you a reference to where to aim. A lot of people do it instinctive and they do fine that way too. If you come in here and buy this stuff, we can throw it on for you and you can shoot an arrow before you leave even. I mean, it takes 15 minutes. We can have you set up ready to shoot carp. And a carp is a rough fish where a lot of the lakes and streams and private ponds and stuff, people want them to be harvested and thrown out to the fields where you can find a farmer that would like to fertilize his field, or your garden to fertilize your garden. There's a lot of places to get rid of them, but you can kind of plan ahead on that maybe so you know what you're going to do with them. In the past couple weeks, we've had a bunch of people come in here and purchase a lot of stuff. Some stuff they already had, and we set it up for them. We shot a couple practice arrows in here before they went out, and they're actually starting to get a bunch of carp already, so it's not too late to start, or too early to start, I should say. They brought some pictures of some carp they shot. One guy had two really big ones, and another guy shot two with one arrow, had a picture of it. It was really neat. And so in the next couple weeks, we're going to set up some bows, show you how to set them up a couple different ways, and then we're going to go out and actually harvest some carp. Stay tuned. Coming up soon will be a little bit carp shooting.
Bucks and Bulls Archery in Stevens Point is now under new ownership and has a new location. Stop down to 3272 Church Street and meet the new owner, Gary Hintz. His fully stocked pro shop carries Matthews, Hoyt, and many more products to serve all your needs. They also do all repairs for any style and full customizations. Leagues and lessons will begin soon, so stop in today and check out what's new, because we're confident that we can get you from in here to out there. Bucks and Bulls Archery, Stevens Point, Wisconsin.
It's summertime and the living's easy.
If you start all your projects here at Frank's Hardware on Highway 10 in Stevens Point.
From seeds to irrigation and endless lawn and garden tools, we have it all, so you can get your work done and enjoy it this summer. We also do screen repair, lawnmower blade and knife sharpening, and offer the supplies to put in your own well, including equipment rental. And while you're here, pick up your seed and sets in bulk so you always have the right amount.
So make us your lawn and garden headquarters this summer.
That's Frank's Hardware on Highway 10 in Stevens Point. See you soon.
Why does your phone work so good here and mine can't even find service?
That's because I went to Sopa Cellular in Plover, Wisconsin.
Sopa Cellular is conveniently located in the village, right next to Menards. Stop in and check out why they have the most affordable unlimited text and data smartphone plans. They offer LG, Samsung, HTC, Motorola, and many other top quality Android market devices. Sopa Cellular has all your accessories for any style of phone, with hundreds to choose from, so they are sure to have the deal you're looking for. Make Sopa Cellular your Element Mobile headquarters and stop down to 1813 Park Avenue in Plover today.
Real Deal Mineral. Deer eat it gone.
Real Deal Mineral is the real deal. Other minerals on the market contain up to 70% salt. Real Deal has less than 7% salt and more of the minerals deer need to grow bigger horns. And bigger horns mean bigger trophies.
I tried Real Deal Mineral for the first time, and I saw bucks on camera I never knew I had.
Real Deal Mineral.
Available here at Bucks and Bulls Archery, Stevens Point, or realdealmineral.com.
Tired of buying a new vacuum every 3 to 4 years? Well, we found your solution at Barber's Shop, your vacuum cleaner and sewing machine headquarters.
Before I invest in a vacuum, I'm going to a barber shop.
And while you're here, take advantage of their scissor and knife sharpening services. With the knowledge to help you find that vacuum or sewing machine you're looking for, why go anywhere but 2400 Church Street in Stevens Point to Barber's Shop? You need parts? We have as complete of a supply of vacuum and sewing machine parts as you could find. So before you invest in a vacuum, see us, because we sell the best and fix the rest. Barber Shop, 2400 Church Street, Stevens Point. A few weeks ago, we had a special guest, Chef Thad from Michelle's Restaurant, Stevens Point, where he prepared cream of wild turkey wild rice soup. Today he's joining us again to show us how to grill some wild Wisconsin turkey and preparing it a little differently.
So as you know, last week we used dark meat, and that was for the thigh and the leg itself. The leg was going to be used for stock, the thigh for the meat, for the soup, the pulled meat. Today we're using the breast. When the breast came to me, Scott brought them in looking like this. So what I'm going to do to this is I'm going to get rid of all the silver skin. I'm going to pull any big tendons out that I can, clean up any feathers that maybe he forgot to pull off the bird, and get it as clean as I possibly can so that I can take it to make it look something like this. And if I have to cut this into smaller pieces to get it to be perfectly clean, free of sinew and blood and feathers, I might just do that, and then my end product might look something like this. We're using this to put on a grill, and it makes it quite interesting because a breast section of any bird has muscle fibers that run in one direction. In this case, it's going to be running parallel with the table that it's on, but perpendicular to any heat source that we put on it. So that's not what we want to do in the cooking grill. We usually want to cook, as we call it in trade, cooking with the grain. So in a perfect grill, we would maybe stand this up and apply our heat source to it like that, but we're not going to do that because it's impractical. Instead, we're going to cheat a little bit. I've got my assistant, Austin Stankowski here. He's got that infamous jacquard, that French tool that's going to break proteins down. He's going to drive that jacquard into these breast pieces. This one right here, Chef Austin. So the needles go through the meat. They're going to separate those muscle fibers. They're going to allow seasonings to penetrate more readily. And because with this product, we're cooking, as I call it, against the grain, it's going to let this cook more uniformly by driving the needles through it. And we're going to jacquard one side, then we're going to flip. We're going to jacquard the other. Okay, that's perfect. Thanks so much, Austin. Well done. So, as I said, also we can cut these pieces down to smaller, maybe user-friendly pieces. This is a rub made with an Aleppo pepper, which is an African pepper, medium heat. We also have coffee, ground coffee in here, Arabica coffee, some dry green herbs as well, a little cayenne. It's going to give it a kind of a sweet, zesty tang. Dry rub on the outside of the meat. Coat it even more generously than you think you need to. A good way to coat is to take a stainless steel bowl, non-reactive bowl, put your rub in the bowl, take your jacquarded piece of meat, kind of like breading a fish fillet, right? Get a dry hand, wet product, you get it in the dry rub, we're going to roll it, then we'll even press it into the sides so it's really coated. We're going to take this dry rub breast, getting into our broiler. At home, you could use your broiler in your oven, your regular stove. You could start your Weber grill outside. You could do any of it's whatever method you choose. You can cook from a heat down broiler. That's what we're using, or we could cook from a heat up grill like a Weber grill at home. And we're just going to put those under the broiler, and they're going to cook at medium heat for maybe 3-4 minutes aside. So we're going to cook them quickly. We're finishing our salad. As you know, we had done the turkey breast, the Aleppo and Arabica pepper rub turkey breast. We've cooked that off on the broiler. I've had it resting here for a little bit. It's off the broiler now. This is the protein that's going to go on top of the salad. I think what I'll do is I'll put this off to the side for just a little bit, and then I'm going to assemble the salad knowing that that's going to be the last item on my salad. I'm a firm believer that a salad should be always looked at as a meal, so put it on a plate that it's deserving, right? Put it on a big plate. We used a big soup bowl the other day for our soup. We're going to use a big glass plate for our salad. We've got, they call it a spring mix. Different oak leaf, radicchio, different types of lettuces. You can buy them in the grocery store. You could even use a different green. You might be a lover of arugula, one of my favorite greens. That's a really nice lemony, peppery green. But it's softer, more tender, gives you a better display, and it actually is a better green for you. We've taken Honeycrisp apples, again, something you can buy at the grocery store. I've cored them, seeded them, and then I take a little bit of fresh lemon juice and I squeeze it on the apples in advance so they don't brown on me. So these had fresh lemon juice squeezed on top of them. These were cut as much as an hour and a half ago, and as you can see, they're not brown. I grow my own sprouts. These are radish sprouts. You're going to get, so we have the sweet apple, we have the kind of tart radish flavor here. For texture, and for an earthy taste, we're going to add some pepitas. A pepita is a pumpkin seed, a shelled pumpkin seed. Here's that turkey breast that we had prepped. I'm go ahead and I'm going to julienne it up. I'm going to take it, it's cool enough for me to touch, it's set up, and I'm going to go ahead and drive my knife in thin pieces. Remember we talked about the grain of this breast? Well, now I'm cutting against the grain, okay? And it makes it easier to, I'm going to take it and I'm going to find that other third to the plate. I'm going to lay it there, okay? I'm going to take some more pepitas, sprinkle it over the whole salad. This is our restaurant makes, we have 12 different salad dressings at our restaurant. There isn't a single one that isn't homemade. This is our poppy seed vinaigrette. I think I'll give that recipe on the website as well. It's a vinaigrette. It uses a seasoned rice vinegar, sugar, poppy seeds, a little bit of red wine vinegar, and some other things. It's going to be a sweet, tangy dressing. This is our salad, and as you can see, turkey can be done in many different ways, and I think anyone from a wife to a non-hunter would say, I want that for my salad. Great flavor, great texture, and beautiful presentation.
Why go anywhere else when Rookie Sports Pub in Stevens Point has 52 different beers on tap? Known as Portage County's best sports bar for live music and karaoke venue, they have 12 HD TVs, all sports, all the time. Keep up with their Facebook page for all upcoming live music and see who's going to be on the Point Brewery comedy stage next. No joke, they have comedy shows. Also, a local favorite for burgers, wings, and pizza, even free taps and rails on your birthday. Find them on Facebook and catch out the action at Rookie Sports Pub on 3425 Church Street in Stevens Point.
Real deal mineral. Deer eat it gone.
The use of minerals have become popular over the last few years. It's a great way to ensure that your deer are getting the proper vitamins and minerals they need to grow big horns. Real Deal Mineral is also a great source of vitamins and minerals for deer year-round.
I tried Real Deal Mineral for the first time, and the deer ate it gone in less than a week.
Now, a lot of hunters will say, I use minerals during the spring and the summer when the deer are growing horns. And that's true, that's a great time to use minerals. Not only during the spring and summer months when it helps foster good antler growth, but also during the fall as an attractant.
I tried Real Deal Mineral for the first time, and I saw bucks on camera I never knew I had.
I'll typically have mineral out below my stand, and it serves as a source for deer to be able to come in and enjoy mineral, and it gives me the opportunity to get them to stop to take that all-important shot.
Real Deal Mineral. Check out our website or a dealer near you.
Hi, welcome to Frank's Hardware in Stevens Point, Wisconsin.
Proud to be family owned and operated since the 1940s.
Conveniently located on Highway 10, Frank's Hardware has all your general hardware needs, and we specialize in a wide variety of products, meaning all of your paint, lawn and garden, plumbing, electrical, and many more of those household needs.
Not only do we have a new one,
But we can show you how to fix what you already have. Did you know Frank's Hardware also offers a wide variety of services?
so stop on down to Frank's Hardware today. We don't just have great products,
But we have great service.
Before experiencing it, you won't know dependability. Unless you've drawn it, you haven't felt smooth. Until you shoot it, you've yet to be this accurate. The Matthews Creed.
Available at Bucks and Bulls Archery in Stevens Point, Wisconsin. All right, now it's time for one of our more exciting segments here on Weekly Outdoor Plus. It's where we get to keep our fans connected with the show. Don't forget, you can send in your pictures to weeklyoutdoorplus@live.com or link them up to us on Facebook to get in this segment of our show each week as we show you guys what's going on here at SOPA Cellular. Right now, you can get $150 bill credit for all new accounts and $25 bill credit for all new lines added to current accounts, which can be up to 5 lines. They are also offering an unlimited talk and text rate plan promotion for $59.99 for the single line or a shared plan for $99.99, which includes 2 lines, requires a 2-year agreement, includes all standard calling plan features, and you can get the add-on feature for the unlimited data, which is only $29.99 per month, which is a great way to get unlimited talk, text, and data on one of the greater networks in our area. And the Refer a Friend this month, instead of getting $30 for each friend that you refer, you're going to get $20 extra dollars, up to 3 different lines or friends per month, up to $150 credit. First up this week, we have Mike Mansell with one of the toms he harvested this year. He had quite a season. Next up, we have a picture from my Uncle Ronnie of a real nice bluegill he caught opening weekend. And here's a picture of another tom Johnny Lane sent me on his last hunt of the year. And here's Jay and Jason Shakurit with their bass from last weekend's tournament on the Wisconsin River. Way to go, guys. And last but not least, Drake sent us another picture of him and his dad getting ready to go fishing in the rain. So stop on down to SOPA Cellular today and check out all their great deals, and stay tuned for more Weekly Outdoor Plus action.
Welcome to this week's lesson segment on Weekly Outdoor Plus, brought to you by Barbershop, 2400 Church Street, Stevens Point, where they have the most wide variety of vacuums, sewing machines, and parts you can need, and great service to go along with it. So get your notebooks and pencils out, because it's time for your lesson segment with myself, Jace Hintz, and Weekly Outdoor Plus. As I told you guys last week, this week I'm going to start out by telling you guys how to get your shot timing a lot better. A couple of simple things that will make it easier on you when you're shooting for fun or when you're actually sighting in your bow, which will make a big difference on how you're patterning. And even when you're hunting, you don't want to pull back too early or anything, because it's all about how long you're holding your bow back. As you all know, the longer you're going to hold it, the more you're going to shake. A lot of people I know when they're shooting too will pull back, and it seems like they're in a hurry. They'll pull back, get it on the target, punch their trigger, done. That's all. And that's not going to have tight groups at all. So little things you can do to make the difference there is you want your shot to be anywhere from, a fast shot should be like 7 seconds from the point you draw back and anchor to longest I'd say would be about 12. 12 seconds is going to start. If you have perfect form and everything, you'll just start shaking at that point normally. Very little bit, but it's also going to make you shoot worse. One easy way to fix it is going to be with your release. 97% of the releases that are out there have a trigger, obviously, and you can adjust the tension on it, just like your guns. So when you touch it, it'll shoot fast, or you can have it so you got to squeeze it harder and it'll shoot. And that's one thing that if you're sitting there and you're aiming, slowly squeezing, that means it taking too long, make that trigger a little bit easier for you, all right? The cheaper releases that are out there are gonna also have trigger travel on them when you do put the more tension on the trigger. So that's something you also don't want. You have to have your setup lightly then, and that just means when you put your finger on it, adjust like how hard you put your finger on it. All right, like if you wrap it on there really tight, you don't have to pull as hard, it'll shoot. Where sometimes you can just set it on there if it's set lightly, and just play with how hard you set your finger on there, you know. It's not gonna be the exact same every time, but that's what makes the difference between your 7-second shots and your 12-second shots. It shouldn't be, you know, you're sitting there trying to aim really, really, really hard and you're taking forever. Because again, if that's the case, take your finger off the trigger and let down your bow and start over your shot. Just like we've talked about in all the past episodes, it's all about having correct form, but then you have to execute that shot correctly, perfectly, so you can get the perfect follow-through, perfect shot. So, only thing I'm going to tell you guys is basically adjust your trigger so that it works for you, all right? When it comes in the box, it's not set up for you, it's set up standard, all right? Sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't. Adjust the trigger on there. Practice then, you know, how hard you put your finger on there. Nobody really pays attention to that. Everyone, and especially make sure you put your finger on it. A lot of people leave it way up here, and then when they're going to take the shot, they hit it. But that's not going to work either, because you tell yourself to shoot when your sight's on the target, and it doesn't. When by the time you actually get your finger to shoot, the brain sends the signal to your finger to shoot the bow arrow. By the time you actually squeeze the trigger, you're not where you thought you were. I mean, it's going to make your groups anywhere from a basketball to a beach ball. Where if you can set your finger on there and slowly squeeze it and then just keep aiming, it'll shoot on its own a lot better. You're going to be more consistent, and you're going to have just your natural float, and that's what your pattern will basically be. Whatever you stare at, like we were talking about before, you stare at the middle, that's where your pin's going to be crossing the most. So when you're making that shot, again, stare at the target, practice how you need your finger on your trigger, and have someone time you 8-10 seconds, perfect shot. All right, till next week. Don't forget our newest sponsor, Barbershop, Stevens Point. Stop in, talk to Norm, he'll help you out. As always, have a good day.
Tired of buying a new vacuum every 3 to 4 years? Well, we found your solution at Barbershop, your vacuum cleaner and sewing machine headquarters.
Before I invest in a vacuum, I'm going to a barber shop.
And while you're here, take advantage of their scissor and knife sharpening services. With the knowledge to help you find that vacuum or sewing machine you're looking for, why go anywhere but 2400 Church Street in Stevens Point to Barber Shop? You need parts? We have as complete of a supply of vacuum and sewing machine parts as you could find. So before you invest in a vacuum, see us, because we sell the best and fix the rest. Barber Shop, 2400 Church Street, Stevens Point.
It's summertime and the living's easy.
If you start all your projects here at Frank's Hardware on Highway 10 in Stevens Point.
From seeds to irrigation and endless lawn and garden tools, we have it all, so you can get your work done and enjoy it this summer. We also do screen repair, lawnmower blade and knife sharpening, and offer the supplies to put in your own well, including equipment rental. And while you're here, pick up your seed and sets in bulk so you always have the right amount.
So make us your lawn and garden headquarters this summer.
That's Frank's Hardware on Highway 10 in Stevens Point. See you soon.
Real Deal Mineral. Deer eat it gone.
Real Deal Mineral is the real deal. Other minerals on the market contain up to 70% salt. Real Deal has less than 7% salt and more of the minerals deer need to grow bigger horns. And bigger horns mean bigger trophies.
I tried Real Deal Mineral for the first time, and I had over 1,000 pictures on my trail cameras in less than a week.
Real Deal Mineral.
Available here at Bucks and Bulls Archery, Stevens Point, or realdealmineral.com.
Bucks and Bulls Archery in Stevens Point is now under new ownership and has a new location. Stop down to 3272 Church Street and meet the new owner, Gary Hintz. His fully stocked pro shop carries Matthews, Hoyt, and many more products to serve all your needs. They also do all repairs for any style and full customizations. Leagues and lessons will begin soon, so stop in today and check out what's new, because we're confident that we can get you from in here to out there. Bucks and Bulls Archery, Stevens Point, Wisconsin. Why go anywhere else when Rookie Sports Pub in Stevens Point has 52 different beers on tap? Known as Portage County's best sports bar for live music and karaoke venue, they have 12 HD TVs, all sports, all the time. Keep up with their Facebook page for all upcoming live music and see who's going to be on the Point Brewery comedy stage next. No joke, they have comedy shows. Also, a local favorite for burgers, wings, and pizza, even free taps and rails on your birthday. Find them on Facebook and catch out the action at Rookie Sports Pub on 3425 Church Street in Stevens Point. And now, as promised, we're going to end today's show with a couple of sights and sounds from Lake Dubay, as bow fishing season is now underway.
Oh, yeah.
He kind of flipped over. Oh, yeah.
First pull, fish pull.
Oh, Matt, look at this. Look at the other side.
Right through the eyes. Right through the eyes.
Oh, man.
Because his body wasn't doing it.
A little bit of a group up to the right. That's one. How did I not get it? Maybe got the ice up.
Thank you for watching this week's episode of Weekly Outdoor Plus presented by Bucks and Bulls Archery in Stevens Point, Wisconsin. Don't forget to check us out online at facebook.com/weeklyoutdoorplus. See you next week.